Yes, and thank you. Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you for flagging that as soon as we got on. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hey, Brandon. Hey, Dawn. Yes, so I just want to give a shout out to Dawn. First of all, shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to Dawn, shout out to Doc. Sometimes I get your names mixed up though. But in this particular instance, it's always shout out to Dawn. But shout out to Doc here because for sharing that clip of Kyle Kalinske mentioning my tweet. Thank you, Doc. I love, and actually shout out to Dawn too, because Dawn's done it too. I actually absolutely love when you guys will send me a video of somebody mentioning me. Whether it's like my videos on Hassan's stream or Doc sent me the one of Kyle Kalinske mentioning my tweet. It's just fun. It's just fun, you know? So thank you guys for doing that. I don't remember exactly where it was. No, Doc was so nice. He not only put the link in. Yeah, I can show it. Not only did he put the link in, he put the timestamp in, which I appreciated. Oh. Bro, that was unreal. That was unreal. But then not only that, but then she's like, she actually commented on one of the videos and she was like, literally doing exactly what I said she was going to do, which is acting outdated. Like, she's like, oh, well, are you guys, hey, thanks for the jewels, Lady Gray. I didn't figure out what those were. Why do I always do this, you guys? I always do this. Somebody can please help me understand my own pathology. Whenever I stream, whenever I stream, I'm always like, oh, I'm going to check this after. And then I forget, like promptly forget. Yes. Thank you, Maleda. That is true. We are going to be coffee mogging. I've already had some. I'm about to make more. I did my nails. Do you guys like my nails? Did my nails. I actually am going to update my phone case to match my nails because, you know, I'm just a fashion king like that. But okay, back to what I was saying about how I never actually follow through, like do it. Thank you. Yes. So last time we were on the stream, I was like, I'm gonna look up what those are, the jewels, because I'd never seen them before. People were sending like these cute like emojis and jewels and this really cute goat award. It was really cute, but people were sending them during the last live, and I was like, I'm gonna look up what that is because I've never seen them before, and then I forgot. Same thing with when I was gonna look up what the hell happened on my stream 2 streams ago, where it was creating all these separate streams so people couldn't be in the so that people couldn't be in the same chat. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. But it did seem to be on StreamYard's end. It did seem to be on StreamYard's end where it did seem to be on StreamYard's end where on YouTube, if I just create like a vertical and a horizontal, it usually doesn't give me that issue. But on StreamYard, when I did a vertical and a horizontal, it created 2 totally separate streams. So then there were 4. And I don't understand why they did that. But then further, which I ended up not doing either, which I think I was going to ask StreamYard about, was why were they not allowing me to see all of the chats? Like, it wasn't showing me when people would send a super chat, insert in the vertical. Oops. When it comes to this war. When it came to the vertical chat, it wasn't showing me the super chats. So you know what? I'm going to make a note of that right now whilst I show you guys. I like how British people say whilst. whilst I show you guys the Kyle Kalinske thing, because somebody mentioned it. They're like, oh, yeah, we could watch it. I'm scratching my throat. That's why that sound is being made, and Eggy's making that look. Wait. Shoot, I don't remember. Doc, do you remember what video you made the comment on? Because you shared the link with me and the timestamp. The GOAT trophy. That's what I was talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gigi. The GOAT trophy. That one was so fun. I think the emoji is cute. Also, who doesn't love that? A GOAT trophy? Yes. Yes. I kind of love that. Doc, what video was it on that you shared the Kyle Kalinske video? I can't remember. In YouTube in YouTube. Which video did you share it on? Do you remember? Thank you, by the way, Gigi, for the GOAT trophy. Yes, that was fun. But that is something that I was going to write it down, that I need to look into that after. Yes, GOAT trophy. Hold on. Stickies. Look into if I don't write shit down, I forget, fam. Doc, do you call yourself Doc Holliday as a real actual name? Or is it from Tombstone? Which Tombstone's such a great movie. No, we're gonna make fun of ContraPoints too. What is going on? Oh, was it the Haley Stevens one? I've been making. I know, it's so embarrassing. It's funny though that I keep telling people don't get too comfortable though, because apparently a poll came out that showed that like now Abdul Al Sayed is in front and that people really responded well to his debate performance. And I'm like, guys, don't get too comfortable. You got to make sure that you still go out and vote. Everybody go out and vote. Tell everybody in Michigan, to vote, because they are playing dirty like they always do, They always play dirty. Should have done this an hour ago, actually. Okay. But you guys like my nails? Good, thank you. Yeah, I'm going a little short right now because I'm going to make them very long for my in-laws' wedding.
What gives?
What gives? I was gonna, in my video making fun or talking about the debate, I wanted to add all the networks, but it was too late. Like I'd already done all the editing already, and then I realized it afterwards. I was like, oh, it's too late to add it.
Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow.
Did you?
Did you?
Okay, I don't remember. I just wanted to see if I could find it so that I could use watching it to make my notes. Maybe it was this. Okay, well, I wanted to watch it, but at least watch the part, but if anybody finds it. Oh, I found it. You were right, Milena. Milena, you were right. It is on the Kyle Kalinske, or it is on the debate video at 6:49. Okay, let me pull it up. Thank you. Thank you, Milena. Yeah, I saw that you said it was the duo we need, Kyle Kalinske and me. Yes. Make it happen. Make it happen. That'd be fun to collab with him. Wait, Doc Holliday really is your real? No, it's not. That really is your legal name. That's amazing.
Democratic side. As you all know, it's Haley Stevens. According to a recent poll, the most popular politician in the country. And she's acting Kristen, like she was in the community. She's sending out Obama mailers. She's taking.
First of all, it actually is so fucking dark that she is sending out mailers pretending to have been endorsed by Obama. Like, that is so diabolical. But also, yeah, the woman who he shows the tweet, she had tweeted this insane Islamophobic thing. Then I commented on it. Then she tried to be badass and be like, bitch, please. But then she turned her replies off so I couldn't reply to it. Like, she turned her replies off so that I couldn't reply to it after being like, bitch, please, trying to be badass, but then turning her replies off. And then she deleted her tweet. LOL. She deleted her tweet after, but I had already taken a screenshot.
Showing pictures with black people. She wasn't in the fucking community. And also, look at what she voted for in terms of Gaza. Well, then there's also this. This is crazy, but you had a woman by the name of Kristen Reed. And this Kristen Reed woman posted that Abdul reminds her of an abusive ex-boyfriend. And she had this, longer tweet than that, but the gist of it was, isn't he?
And also what it's giving is the same tactics they used during the Bernie Sanders campaign. It would be like, we just have a feeling he's sexist, He just gives the vibe of an abusive boyfriend. We don't know, but like kind of, Like it is that vibe, but it's actually more nefarious here because it has the tinge of like Islamophobia, the undertones of Islamophobia to be like, guys, he's scary and Muslim.
A misogynist? Isn't he like an abusive boyfriend? That's the kind of vibe that he's given me. And then as everybody points out, as Blakely does here, wow, that's Islamophobic. Profile checks out. And it goes, through. This is hashtag free Iran. Excuse me? Free Iran? Stand up to Jew hatred. So this is the type of person who acts like, oh, we're liberating Iran. And also, if you disagree with the genocide, that's Jew hatred, right? So yes, if you call a Muslim man, an Arabic man, violent, with no evidence whatsoever, by the way, yes, you're playing on Islamophobic stereotypes.
Yes.
That's what you're doing. It's not exactly hard to see. Oh, here's the post. Is it just me, or is Abdul El Sayed like an abusive boyfriend who gets far more unpredictable and dangerous when he realizes you might be leaving him? That's not very subtle now, is it? So everybody was pointing it out. By the way, there were countless posts basically agreeing with this, saying their own version of this. They've now decided, since they're desperate and they're in the final stretch of this election, I believe the election is August 4th, so it's coming up soon. They decided to go all in on lying and pretending Obama endorsed Haley Stevens and lean into Islamophobia and bigotry. Now, if that wasn't clear enough for you, how about this one? Farmington School Board member Angie Smith says she's backing Stevens because she believes she will represent everyone. But that's not all she says. Listen to the specifics here.
Hi, I'm Angie Smith. I'm from Farmington Public Schools, top vote getter for Farmington Public School Board, been on the board 11 years. I am supporting Haley Stevens because she's that candidate. We need someone that can represent all of us, not just one race, but all races. Haley has done great work in Farmington and in Farmington Hills. She knows what she's doing. And anytime you can go to a Democratic convention and be booed and walk from behind a podium and stand there while you're being booed and things thrown at you, that's our person. So let's vote August 4th for Haley Stevens. Thank you.
Thank you. When you say, not just for one, what do you mean by that?
Well,
you feel the other candidate is...
The other candidate seems to be he doesn't work a room. You have to know how to work the room. Don't come out speaking only Arabic. Don't come out with your Arabic music on. Represent everyone. My DNA is my DNI. Well, my DI, I'm a mother of a lesbian. I'm Puerto Rican and Cherokee with a grandfather that was a white man from Ireland. Represent us all. Don't just represent one ethnicity and one race.
Which, by the way, not only is it not true that he ever came out, oh, yes, does anybody have a clip of it? I'd watch that. Not only, you guys, did he not do that, he never actually came out and was speaking Arabic or playing Arabic music. Not that there would be anything wrong with that. But then on top of that, it's like, have you guys noticed that the establishment always wants to say, oh, they don't want to represent all of us, but they don't actually have any substance behind that claim, because he does want to represent all of them, and the policies that he is advocating for would represent everybody. You know what I mean? Oh, I also forgot to make fucking iced coffee again. Bro. Oh, no, we're going to get to ContraPoints. Don't worry. Oh, don't you worry. We'll get to ContraPoints. She's so embarrassing. She's so embarrassing. Oh, my gosh. No, and then I saw Bad Empanada, who, Bad Empanada is a little bit deranged, but he is kind of funny. Bad Empanada is weird because, he is kind of deranged, but he is funny. And he does make some good points sometimes, although sometimes he does do, a little bit too much, I think, concern trolling. But, like for instance, one of the things that he put in response to ContraPoints getting dunked on was, well, at least ContraPoints didn't advocate for imperialists like Bernie Sanders. It's like, bro, she literally did propaganda for Hillary Clinton. I need you to be serious. I need you to be serious. But yeah, we'll get to her. She's such a hack. She's such a hack. She's so bad faith, too. And she's Islamophobic, so let's not get that twisted. Okay. Right.
Oh, my word. Oh, no. On what planet is Abdul not representing everybody? What do you think Medicare for All does? It represents everybody. What do you think it does when you stop sending money for a genocide and you take that money and give it to schools here? Abdul erased the medical debt of 300,000 people, bro. That's what he did. He got kids who needed glasses. That's what he did. His track record is exactly that, is helping everybody.
Yes.
But that's where they're so bad faith, because it's like they'll say, oh, unlike him, this guy coming out with his Arabic music, which didn't happen, he wants to represent, or she wants to represent everybody. It's like, tell me how he doesn't. Tell me how he doesn't want to represent everybody by giving everybody health care, by taking on money in politics. No. If you are Haley Stevens and you're taking all that money from corporations, that's who you want to represent. Let's just be clear about that. If you're Haley Stevens and you're taking a bunch of money from corporations, that is who you're representing. Hey, Manny, nice to see you. Thank you so much for the jewels. The GOAT trophy. You know what? At a certain point,
The GOAT trophy might need to be mine. Okay? Thank you so much, Manny. The GOAT trophy might need to be the Blakely GOAT trophy. It's my favorite one. It's my favorite one so far. Oh, I know. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Because it really is crazy. It's crazy how they're trying to run this play of like, oh, he's a misogynist, blah, 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 blah. And she kept trying to make it about misogyny, or like, oh, he's a misogynist, he doesn't like women, blah, 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 like all this like BS. But then it was like, they're actually so Islamophobic because they literally constantly try to degrade his experience. Abdul El-Sayed's not only a doctor, he like went to Columbia. Pretty sure he was a Rhodes Scholar, some Oxford Rhodes Scholar, some shit. He's an epidemiologist, like all these very like impressive things. And they try to reduce him. Oh, I keep not grinding enough coffee beans. Hold on, I gotta mute this because the coffee bean thing's really loud. And this is not an ASMR channel. But they keep trying to reduce him down to like a podcaster.
Okay, this is the Haley Stevens supporters. This is who they are, bro. This is who they are. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. And meanwhile, remember, it was Abdul who was tarred and smeared by Haley Stevens and her supporters, where they tried to hit him with the same thing they hit Bernie with, the Bernie bro narrative. Oh, you know, you got these toxic supporters and they're all misogynist and they're all sexist. And see, that's what they do. When they have absolutely nothing on you, that's what they do. They just come, I don't know, your followers are assholes or something. What? And meanwhile, here's Haley's followers. Here they are, you know, playing on Islamophobic tropes, you know, saying, oh, he doesn't represent everybody. He's going out there playing that Arabic music. What the fuck? So yeah, man, I don't know. Everybody go vote for Abdul. This should not be a close election. They are literally trying to buy a seat. You have AIPAC spending $40 million or $50 million, and you know, they're lying in the process of making the case. And it's just, they're trying to send a message that we will take an objectively uninteresting, non-charismatic,
Thank you. Okay. What's embarrassing is I literally was talking for a solid couple minutes before anybody noticed that I was muted. Before Don clocked it, Don's like, you're muted. I've been talking. I forgot to unmute it because I know that the sound of my coffee grinder is a lot. So I'll mute it when I'm grinding the coffee. But what I was trying to say was I read Manny's super chat and said that it really is so embarrassing how they only will weaponize identity politics insofar as it's useful to them in that moment. Because what happened to people of color? What happened to people of color? Oh, people of color this and people of color that. But then it's like, and representation this and representation that. But then when it comes to a Muslim Arab guy who would be the first in the nation's history in the Senate, then all of a sudden they're all about the white woman. Then all of a sudden they want another white woman in a position of power there, as if we don't already have Big Gretch and Alyssa Slopkin. What happened? What happened to representation? Now you guys aren't concerned? You don't want representation all of a sudden? They're so full of shit. They're so full of shit. They only care about it so long as they can weaponize it. And they're so fucking corrupt. She's going to represent everybody. She's going to represent her corporate donors. And again, they're trying to bring them to heel, the voters to heel, in a way of like, they want to rub your face in it. That's why it's so important, you guys, that he win. If you know anybody in Michigan, please implore them to vote for him and to tell their friends and family to vote for him. It is so important that he win because AIPAC is trying to also send a message. We want to send a message, but AIPAC is also trying to send a message, which is we will crush you. We will spend they're spending over $40 million, guys. $40 million. We will spend over $40 million to crush you, to put you in your place. That is what they are trying to do. And I have faith that Michigan won't fall for it. But they really are trying. They really are trying. I showed you guys the videos last week of the influencers that weren't really living there, that weren't living in Michigan, that were like, as a Michigan mom, some like woman who doesn't have kids from California, like it's actually so crazy the how low they'll go, how unscrupulous they'll be. She can't win. Like, he has to win. It's really important. It's not only really important for the people of Michigan because he'll actually serve them. Like, he actually is running on things that are good for them, good for all people. But he also has to win because the message needs to be sent. Like, really, like, he needs to also win because the message needs to be sent. Thank you for the super chat, Libertarian Socialist. Please do more roasting of that Afro Zio girl. Wait, who? Which one? Oh, the opinionated girl, that Zionist. Is that who you're referring to? Thank you for the floating heart, Sandra. I really appreciate it. I actually made a note this time to look into what the jewels are. Because I know, like I said earlier, if I don't write shit down, I don't follow up. So I have to write down because I said I was going to look into the jewels last time and then I forgot. I said I was going to contact StreamYard or look into StreamYard as to why the stream a couple weeks ago or last like 2 streams ago, why it split it into 4 and why it wasn't letting me see super chats on certain screens, but it was on other. Like, it was crazy. But I wrote it down, so now I will. Exactly. They couldn't even pay an actual mom from Michigan to do their propaganda. It's also incredibly dark. Oh, thank you for the makeup brush, Michelle. Or Michael, I'm sorry. Michael, thank you for the makeup brush. The jewels are very cute. I do like them. Still don't know what they mean, but I do like them, especially the goat one. The goat one's my favorite. So far, the goat one is my favorite. Because it's just so funny. Goat trophy. Yeah, you're right, Doc. AIPAC spent $50 million, more than $80 million in total corporate PACs. Like, it's actually disgusting. It's really disgusting. Who do you think she's going to look out for should she win? And by the way, this is another thing that I wanted to know if people notice, and I was curious if people notice. Did you guys all notice that she's not actually, and I know I said this in a couple of videos, but she's not running on anything. She's not running on anything. There's no agenda. You guys notice that? I don't know. Did anybody else watch the debate? Because I know I clipped like a bunch of it, but there were still a lot of parts that I didn't even get to in that video. Did you guys notice she's not running on anything? Yeah, first of all, again, the reason why they're spending that much money is because they want a return on their investment. They're not spending that for funsies. Like, they want a return on their investment. That is who she's going to represent. Israel and the corporations that have given her money, like DTE. And then also, like I said, AIPAC wants to spend that kind of money because AIPAC wants to spend that kind of money because they also want to send a message. They want to send a message. They are trying. This is a battle, and AIPAC is trying to bring the left to heel and make an example out of the left. And we cannot let them win. We cannot let them win. Literally, though. Haley Stevens is a workhorse. She won't give you healthcare, universal basic income, money out of politics, but she'll be a worker's. I know. That's what I'm saying. She's not actually running on anything. Zero specifics. If anybody else watched the debate, you'll notice that there was never any specifics. Never. One of my favorite parts of the debate, though, was when he asked, actually, let me pull it up and share it because it was just so funny. Watch it with you guys. One of the funniest parts was when she was asked about one of the problems in DC. What are the problems in DC? And her answer was to use identity politics. Like, what are the problems in the Senate? And she didn't answer it. And then she promptly moved on to try to use identity politics and how she's going to go to a minority-owned business in order to change the subject and not actually answer the question. Which, by the way, they also lie all the time when they do things like, oh, I'm going to fight for the banning of the stocks, Congress from trading stocks. Really? Why didn't you sign on to it then? There's a bill right now in Congress to ban Congress from trading stocks. Why haven't you? Why haven't you signed on to it? Yeah, I didn't think so. Also, again, just pivots to identity politics and doesn't actually answer the fucking question. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Again, she's not actually running on anything, which is why it makes me insane that they said that some of it, not all of it. So don't get too excited or don't get too worried. But some of it, they're saying that her propaganda of pretending that she got endorsed by Obama is working in some areas because there are some people that have believed it and been like, oh, well, I guess I'll vote for her because she had Obama's endorsement. No, she did not get endorsed by Obama. She's lying. Hold on.
Michigan first, and I've got the receipts to do that.
Oh, yeah. I love how she kept saying, I'm going to put Michigan first, and I have the receipts to do that, and then proceeded to not show any receipts. Wait, where is it? Where is it?
Here in Michigan, those are your tax dollars.
Yeah, that one was also my favorite. When she's... Wait.
The question route, because this moment in this country, and here
are bothered by the fact that so much money, $40+ million, has come
Wait.
from AIPAC.
Where is it? The one where she's talking about...
Poignant question. Dr. El-Sayed, I'll begin with you. What is the number one thing Senate Democrats are failing?
No, this is it.
Right now?
It's so good. Especially in contrast to his answer. His answer was so good. El-Sayed's answer about what the Democrats are failing to do in the Senate was really good. And then hers is a joke. Like, it's fucking parody, bro. It's parody. It really shows you how empty they are once they actually get a real challenger. Like, it shows you just how empty Blue MAGA is, the corporate Democrats are, the whatever you want to call them, the centrists, the moderates. They're not. But, like, it just really shows you when they are put up against a progressive like Abdul El-Sayed, it really just shows you how fucking empty they are, how hollow they are. Wait. Oh, right. I got to share it through this. Video file. Here we go.
Poignant
It's so
question.
good.
Dr. El-Sayed, I'll begin with you. What is the number one thing Senate Democrats are failing to do right now that you would do differently?
Well, number one, I just think
Just pay attention to the contrast.
the filibuster itself is anti-democratic. And we had an opportunity to break the filibuster. Now, let me just talk about what the filibuster is. The filibuster is a process by which all of the Senate can hide behind one senator who wants to filibuster, which requires a 60-vote threshold to break. And that means that you need 60 votes to pass something when it really should just be the majority number of votes. I oppose the filibuster. I think the filibuster has been anti-democratic for a lot of reasons. And once you get past that, we have the opportunity to get money out of politics to take on Citizens United. We have the opportunity to put money back in pockets by doing things like passing the PRO Act to stand with unions like the UAW who've endorsed us. We have the opportunity to start changing and enforcing our antitrust policies so a few corporations can't pick your pocket at every turn. We have the opportunity to tax billionaires their wealth, and we have the opportunity to finally guarantee every single person in this country health care through Medicare for all. But we've got to get the democracy part of it right. And right now, the biggest risks to our democracy are the filibuster, it's anti-democratic at the Senate, and money in politics. The attack ads that you've seen, probably in the last commercial break itself, that change our political system. When you ask $60 million to come into a race for you and then say that somehow you're electable, I think you don't quite understand what electability means. If you need a $60 million crutch, you probably can't be elected on your own terms. So I would just say that you should probably, if you really want to beat Mike Rogers, find the candidate who is electable without having to ask for a $60 million crutch to do it.
Congresswoman?
Well, look, you talk about the senators who've
That's a very, very, very substantive question. Hey, Boney, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Good to see you. Evening, everyone. Working late. Hope was doing all the towing for everyone today. That was unreal, you guys. That was so unreal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, it was amazing. It was amazing, bro. Truly amazing. Truly amazing. But yeah, so that was his very substantive question. Let's listen to hers. It's so embarrassing, which by the way, I actually forgot to do this, but Boney coming in reminded me of that. Just want to remind everybody to like and subscribe to the stream and to all my channels and platforms that are all in my link tree, and that you can support my channel and my work by becoming a member on YouTube or a member on Ko-Fi or a member on Twitch or a member on Patreon, pledging monthly support, and that it's because of your support that I can do this. And if you want to tip me on Venmo or Cash App, that's my Venmo or Cash App, which I also really, really appreciate. I set super chat goals for every stream that I do to help my channel and help me. So anybody helping me meet the super chat goal, I really appreciate, and thank you so much. It definitely helps getting some when people, send super chats. It helps the stream a lot. It helps the channel. Also, tipping me obviously on Venmo or Cash App helps me a lot, especially when my shit gets targeted. Like, they took my video down, my video making fun of the camel toe. They took it down from TikTok. They always be doing me dirty like that. It was a whole thing. But anyway, I'm also on Upscrolled, so follow me on Upscrolled. Yeah, they did put it back after. Okay, it was so crazy. They took it down, they put it back. Then they took it down again after putting it back. Then they put it back, but they made it ineligible for recommendation, which means that I can't make money on it. Not that TikTok pays anything anymore, but still. True. Anyhoodle, I think that's everything. So, thank you in advance. Also, shout out to all my patrons and my Ko-Fi members and my Twitch subscribers and my YouTube members and my patrons. And also shout out to Boney, the best mod. All right, now let's get into I'm going to go grab my coffee. Listen to her insanely embarrassing answer. Listen to her insanely embarrassing answer that has absolutely no substance. Zero substance. Just identity politics. After Abdul El-Sayed gave his very substantive answer.
From the coast to campaign alongside Abdul. And I think one of the things they are really missing is what we need here in Michigan. You know, an understanding of what makes our state tick. You know, go and visit a small business. Go and talk to a Black-owned business. You know, I know it's great to host rallies and have these fun events, but everywhere I have gone in Michigan, I have taken the time to visit a minority-owned business. I want to see my bill that...
Bro, why isn't it... Like, it's not allowing me to control... No! Shit. Oh, here we go. I do it on here. My favorite about this part is when she goes, well, Roop, you asked about people coming in from the coast. The big wigs from the coast. Actually, no, he didn't ask that. That's why it's hilarious. That's why it's hilarious. People, you asked Roop about people coming in from the coast. No, actually. No, actually. He didn't ask that. He didn't ask that at all.
Candidate who is electable without having to ask for a $60 million crutch to do it.
Congresswoman?
Well, look, you talk about the senators who've come in here from the coast
to
campaign alongside Abdul. And I think one of the things they are really missing is what we need here in Michigan. You know, an understanding of what makes our state tick. You know, go and visit a small business. Go and talk to a Black-owned business. You know, I know it's great to host rallies and have these fun events, but everywhere I have gone in Michigan, I have taken the time to visit a minority-owned business. I want to see my bill that...
It's just amazing. No, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. So the question was, so to recap, the question was, what do you think it is that the Senate is doing that is that the Senate is not doing? Oh my gosh, why isn't it letting me copy this? And her answer was go visit a Black-owned business. Like, honestly, it actually is so insulting the way that they use Black people and people of color as props. Because that's exactly what the fuck that was. Which actually, I'll get my coffee, but we can finish watching this one. That was hilarious, though. We didn't finish watching this one.
Lackey of a person, and we will get them across the finish line, even up against your most charismatic, because we'll stop at nothing to win. That's what this is. This is the Israel lobby saying, you cannot stop us. We will just continue to purchase seats, and there's nothing you can do to stop us. So we have an opportunity to send a message back to the Israel lobby and to say, your domination of our politics is completely done. It is over. You can carpet bomb, a race with a tremendous amount of money, and we'll still overcome it. Okay? It's an existential fight for the future of the Democratic Party here. It genuinely is. This is an existential fight because the question is, do you want candidates who are diet MAGA? Do you want candidates who are representing Israel and Netanyahu and AIPAC? Do you want candidates who are going to do the bidding of the military-industrial complex and Wall Street? Or do you want a candidate who's completely unbought and who's all about Medicare for all and who's all about raising taxes on the wealthy, who's all about standing up to the Epstein class, who's all about ending the wars? I mean, anybody who's actually paying attention will come to the same conclusion. And that answer is, without a doubt, Abdul. Without a doubt, Abdul. But, the thing that scared me was her faking an Obama endorsement and seeing that because of the money she's carpet bombing the airways with and sending mailers out and shit, it is narrowing the race. So, telling y'all, man, you got to get out there. If you're in Michigan, go vote for Abdul. We're up against a lot, bro. We're up against basically all of the institutionalized power of the Democratic Party. And all they have to try to fight back against us is to lie about Abdul, to be bigoted, and also to say, like, we're somehow not allowed to have fun. We're not allowed to joke anymore because Haley Stevens, says stuff like, I'm going to stick it to him. And now we're not allowed to talk about that because she said it in a funny way that everybody's, like, laughing at. it's not my fault that you are playing up your accent. By the way, look at videos of her from 5-6 years ago. She doesn't sound like that. Doesn't sound like that. It's almost like you're playing it up. You're playing it up on purpose. And, you know, I don't know. That's weird that's your answer for how to win an election is like, let me try to be a cartoon character of somebody from this region.
Exactly.
So, no, we're allowed to talk about that, and we're allowed to make jokes, and we're allowed to have fun. And, you know, she's out there going like, oh, this harassment I'm receiving is unacceptable. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. If your target in this race is going after Democrats who are joking and having fun, and you're going to stand up to them, well, I know who Abdul's going to stand up to. And that answer is the Israel lobby and the billionaires and the military-industrial complex and Wall Street and MAGA. So he's going to stand up to the actual enemies, and you're going to make it all about yourself and try to smear half the Democratic Party in the state of Michigan. Not interested. Thank you very much. Not interested at all. So, yeah, not looking good, bro. Not looking good. Haley Stevens is really, really gone low in this campaign.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.
Boo.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know, part 2.
All you do is go to this website, and it lets you find out exactly how much your competitors are making.
No. I don't want to do PR for how that is. No, bruh. No, bruh. Okay. Kyle's Plattner takes we're discussing. What were his Plattner takes, aside from that he wanted him to win before he knew that those allegations were out there? They were wild? I don't remember that. Yeah, sometimes people are wrong. Like, obviously, once the allegations came out from that last woman, he dropped out. So, I don't like the way that Blue MAGA and, like, right-wing corporate Democrats have acted like it's so sinister that people like Kyle Kulinski liked him when it's like, well, yeah, obviously he didn't know until that woman came out with those allegations. Right, like once the second one came out, they were like, no, you got to go. But what did I tell you guys? I only made like one video about Graham Plattner, but when I did, I said, would it surprise me if any allegation came out of him doing fuck shit to women? It's literally what I said, and that's what happened. No, I agree. First of all, if any woman, okay, is assaulted, it should be taken seriously. But the way that people play politics with it, of course, is really, really gross, because the same people that were criticizing people like Kyle Kulinski for not being serious enough about allegations were also the same people that called Tara Reid a lying whore. Like, can we please be serious? They all, like, And once it came to the serious allegation of assault, then everybody was like, fuck Graham Plattner after that. Was like, no, he has to get out. People did not take seriously the first New York Times article because there was no allegation of assault. I read that article. The article was basically he was an asshole. Oh, hey, John Ross. Long time no see. Also, people can be wrong. Sometimes people are wrong. I don't like it because I don't like that the establishment and that the blue MAGA and the corporate libs and the consultant class, they're trying to use this to discredit everything the left says. They're trying to use it to discredit everything that Kyle Kulinski has said, when Kyle Kulinski's analysis is generally right. Like, he's got, like, I'd say, like, he's 95.5, you know, when it comes to political analysis. But that might be an exaggeration, but you get the point. His analysis is generally very good. So, you know, whenever something like this happens, Blue MAGA is always ready to pounce and be like, see. But it's never like that when it comes to their bullshit. Right. So it's like, for the record, I always believe Tara Reid. And no, I actually don't think it's always believe all women. Like, you can't just like ruin someone's career because you made an allegation against them. You have to obviously look at the merits of the case, right? And I don't even think that Graham Plattner did a very good job even denying that last woman's claim. Like, barely. I think at first he came out and denied it. Then he was like, nah, it seems like that. Not exactly sure what he said because I was actually out of town when it happened. Like, the whole like Graham Plattner thing starting to implode. I was literally, that was the day, you guys, that I left to go out of town to visit my family. Somebody wrote, Tara Reid was actually lying, though. You have no evidence of that. You don't know. That's the point. You don't know if she was lying or not. Just like we don't actually know if this woman that accused Graham Plattner is telling the truth. We don't know. No, but literally two things can be true at once. Exactly. Just because I said that I believe Tara Reid doesn't mean I don't think she's crazy. Like, but two things can be true at once. I do think that she's a little, but like, I think that that can be true. And she also could have gotten assaulted. Like, what? You're saying mentally ill, crazy people can't get assaulted? Like, it actually happens more often. Actually, it is more common for people to target people who are more vulnerable like that. Oh, I know. It really is stupid. It really is stupid. People throw the word grifter around way too often. They don't even know what it means. Like, they've kind of ruined the word. I actually don't even like the word that much anymore because it's been ruined and thrown around like that. No, literally a grifter is somebody who grifts onto like any little thing in order to make money, in order to like get spotlight, in order to get clout, in order to get favor, in order to get profit. They don't have like a consistent principle or consistent ideological view. They'll kind of jump from one thing to the other, glom onto things in order to make quick short-term money and clout. That's why it's called grifting. Kyle Kulinski, whether you like him or not, has consistently been doing political analysis since YouTube was still janky. Like, he started in like 2011 or some shit. Like, he's been doing this for a long time. Like, and it's the same shit. So, how, like, that is such a stupid label to put on him. Like, genuinely. You don't like him. You want to say that he is too liberal. he is too much into electoral politics. You think his analysis sucks. You don't like his hair. Okay, fine. But to call him a grifter is just stupid. You're not properly using the word. Even not every hack is a grifter. There are some hacks that, like, they stay in one hack lane, if you know what I mean. Just listen. Oh, since 2008, has he really been doing it that long? Wow. That's fucking crazy. And he never tried to glom onto anything. He never tried to glom onto anything. He never tried to get involved in like Bernie Sanders' campaign and like be a splashy influencer. He never even does ad reads, which I don't even think there's anything wrong with. No, there's anything wrong with that if you like what you're reading. But he won't even do that. Like, the idea that he's a grifter is just fucking stupid. It's just stupid. It annoys me that people use words that don't fucking mean anything, like, or that don't apply, because you render the word useless. Like, grifter has an actual definition. It actually means something, and he's not that. In fact, he probably has left a lot of money on the table of shit that he could have done that he didn't do. If anything, I feel like Kyle Kulinski goes overboard even sometimes with the trying to like make it clear that he's not doing it for money. Because it's like, there's also nothing wrong with earning money, earning an honest living. What Kyle Kulinski does is a good, honest living. He does political analysis and content for a living. And if he were to read ads for that, that is still honest as long as he's disclosing it. There's nothing wrong with that. But he goes out of his way to not even do that. That's like the opposite of grifter. Not trying to sound like a stan here, not trying to sound like a stan, but like, the point is, I've been listening to Kyle Kulinski for like 10 years, and he has been very consistent. So if you guys don't like him, then that's fine. You don't have to like him, but don't say shit that isn't true. That's annoying. Yeah, normalize normalize just saying you don't like people. Normalize just being like, I don't like that person because I don't like them. I don't like the way they talk. I don't like their voice. I don't like their hair. I don't like their look. I feel like people do that bullshit to me a lot, where they don't want to actually just admit that they don't like me because I'm femme, or they don't like me because I'm not a man in this space, like a cis man. They don't like the way I talk. They find my voice annoying or my aggression annoying. Like, I've had a lot of people be like, oh, you're so aggressive. They don't like my hair. People get so triggered about my haircut. And so they'll attack things that I say, whether it be about politics, whether it be about the Israeli regime, when really it's like, just normalize saying you don't like me because you don't like my voice and you don't like my hair. Like, yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. His analysis actually is often correct. It's often correct. He's obviously not right about everything. He's human. And obviously he has even some positions that I think that I'm to the left of, that I don't agree with. Or maybe that I'm even to the right of on some things. I don't like know every single one of his positions, but like, for the most part, his analysis is accurate. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. No, the only thing I don't agree with him on sometimes, which again, he's evolved too. He's changed his opinions before. We all have. That's okay. That's allowed. Is that I think that he sometimes gives Democrats too much credit. All right, so I did say we were going to get to ContraPoints, and if we have time after, we can watch the Cooter mogging video. So ContraPoints is a hack, as we all know. She is a... Oh my gosh, sorry. I just got distracted by this because this is absurd. Haley Stevens literally just wrote actions and records, slogans. No, boo, that's literally you. No, boo, that's literally you. You don't have anything. You're the one who's doing slogans. Look at that. Actions and record or slogans. What? No, boo, you're the one only doing slogans. You're the one only doing slogans. Literally. I just get, no, but she's literally only doing slogans. I just get things done. How many did we clock last time? How many did we count last time? Where it's like, I'm here to get things done. I have the receipts. Names no receipts. I have the experience. Names no relevant experience to actually helping working class people or Michigan for that matter. I'm not just a podcaster. No, you are the slogans. You are the slogans. You don't actually have receipts. Except for that you voted to raise ISIS funding 4 times. Okay. You voted to vote for ISIS funding 4 times. You voted to thank ICE. You voted to honor Charlie Kirk. And you didn't sign on to the stock trading ban despite the fact that you said you supported it. I love that they love to talk about other people's slogans, but then their favorite is get things done. But then they never have anything. She voted for the Lake and Riley Act. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. I wish I would have known that when I made my video. Wow. Wow. The Lake and Riley Act. What a trash bag. That bill was a disaster. Anti-immigrant trash. Thank you for calling that out. I need to make a video then mentioning that. I'll make some more videos toward the end, but that should be mentioned. Haley Stevens, Lake and Riley Act. Oh, no, it's saying that she voted against it. Where's the roll call? Why am I not seeing the roll call? Oh, here we go. On final passage. "46 Democrats voted yes." Okay, where are the yeses? Yeah, that's not true. Glad I fact checked it. Hey Venom, happy Thursday to you too. Well, I'm glad I fact checked it. She did not vote for the Lake and Riley Act. I just checked. This is the final roll call vote. There she is right here. Final roll call vote, Democratic Michigan, nay. She voted no. So, you know, that's why, guys, it's always important to fact check shit. It's really always important to fact check shit. Because obviously Haley Stevens is terrible and she should not win. But sometimes, no, it's okay, Matthew. That's why I'm saying it's just good to always fact check. I've gotten shit wrong too before, but it's always good to fact check because sometimes we get things wrong. And I definitely don't want to be spreading misinformation. And I also feel like when it comes to stuff like this, there's so much plenty that she actually did vote for that is, you know, worthy of her not winning. Who are the trash bags that voted for it is what I want to know. Democratic vote. Yay. Of course, Marie Gluesenkamp voted for it. Of course she did. There's never a horrible bill that Marie Gluesenkamp will not vote for. Gluesenkamp Perez will not vote for. Always and forever. Literally. Greg Stanton. Tom Suozzi, of course. Richie Torres, because of course. Eugene Vindman, fuck you. So basically, everybody you would have thought. Wait. Wow. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Sorry, so yeah, getting things done. Getting things done, lol. Actions, records, slogans. Be serious. Okay, so how embarrassing. This guy's such a loser. If you ever feel depressed about your life, remember that Adam Sosnick is like 50 something, has no family, tries to be young and goes to clubs and like parties in Miami, all like pathetic. Like, it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Like, imagine how sad you have to be. I don't think people realize actually how corrupt everything is and that we're going to need a lot more than like one simple anti-corruption bill. We're going to need a lot more than that. Like, shit's really bad. Shit is really bad to the point where we see it now because of the fact that Biden did not take the dramatic action that was needed, that the left said needed to be taken during his term. Look at what happened. The Republicans won and promptly destroyed everything again. If anything were to ever get better or change in this country, we would need seriously revolutionary, drastic change. Like drastic. Which is why people like John Ossoff need to fuck off, need to exit stage left. Need to exit stage left and fuck off. Anybody that is in the year of our Lord 2026 saying that the filibuster doesn't need to be abolished, that we don't need Supreme Court reform, they need to fuck off. Get out of the way. No one should be taken seriously that isn't fighting or proposing serious sweeping changes, because the shit is way too broken at this point to be like, what if we just glued the radiator back together? or some other shit like that. Shit is too far. It's too bad. And again, the proof of that is that when shit was already horrible, really fucking broken, Biden won in 2020, and then he got into office and tried to tinker around the edges and not change the things that needed to be changed, and look what happened. Trump came in and promptly destroyed it all, and way more. We've never seen the level of corruption that we've seen in the Trump administration this time. So unless that's addressed, nothing else matters, really and truly. All right, sorry, I keep getting distracted. We're going to go to ContraPoints. So all fucking embarrassing, which I don't know. I think I already said this. I don't know if it was muted or not. Where Bad Empanada was like, at least ContraPoints isn't helping imperialists like Bernie Sanders. Like, bro, ContraPoints literally gave like a hot stove massage to Hillary Clinton. Literally, though, like had her on her show to do full on propaganda for Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. Like, what are you talking about? Okay. So I had to screenshot, as you guys can see. And as you guys can also see, it's grayed out. See how it's grayed out? That's because she blocked me because she's a fucking coward. I've been waiting for this to blow over. But years, it's been years, so I have to address it. Can one of the hundreds of thousands of leftists on here, for whom it's essential article of faith that I am a genocide-loving Zionist, explain why? Despite my condemning the genocide dozens of times and never saying anything positive about Israel my entire life, if you can't explain it, then I have to conclude that all of you are such terminal case of bitch-eating cracker syndrome that you've actually cheapened the Palestinian cause to levels of like ethics in games journalism. Okay. See, here's why she's such a hack. Because she's all... Is any of the leftists that are going to call me a pro-genocide supporter planning on giving me a reason why? How are they supposed to do that when you block everybody? How are they supposed to do that, pray tell? That's why she's so fucking bad faith, bro. She's so fucking bad faith. Because you literally block everyone. Everyone, for even questioning you. Like, I'm not saying that it's always bad to block someone. Sometimes people are fucking annoying and like they won't leave you alone, or they just keep writing stupid shit, or they're spamming. And it's like, okay, blocked. You're being annoying. No, I'm talking about cowards like this that will literally block someone because they asked them a question, bro. Like, I don't even remember what it was that I commented or something, but I wrote like something not even disrespectful where I was like, why haven't you called it a genocide? Or like, why haven't you spoken up about the Palestinian genocide? Blocked. And she does it to everyone. She blocks everyone, bro. So how exactly are the leftists supposed to explain to you your Zionism and how problematic your Zionism is if you block everyone? No. Wynn is not the camel toe. Okay. Natalie Wynn is ContraPoints. People are talking about two separate things. The camel toe girly is the OnlyFans woman who was doing propaganda, anti-Muslim and anti-Arab propaganda, and outdated anti-woke propaganda on her shitty little podcast, and people thought it was AI, and I'm like, no, it was real. Natalie Wynn is ContraPoints' real name. You don't know who that is. Don't worry about it. She sucks. She sucks. We'll come back to this. I'll show you, Dawn, who we're talking about when we talk about the camel toe girl. A lot of people thought that it was AI. It's not AI. To go to the Jimmy Dore clip, I'll play this.
She's not AI. She's been she's an OnlyFans girly, and that's not the point. So, yeah, I don't know if she truly is. They're saying she's an OnlyFans person. I don't know if she truly is. Let's see what good old Blakely has to
You
say.
may have seen this video making its rounds on social media. This very weird, bizarre position that this woman is choosing to sit in to talk about Muslims. I don't need to actually play any of what she's saying because it's just anti-Muslim hatred and bigotry. Who is this woman? Nobody knows. Why does she have such a professional setup that looks like it costs a lot of money? Nobody knows. Now, I thought that that video was slightly sus because why is somebody who we've never heard of in a very expensive podcast studio sitting there, vag hanging out, talking about how much she hates Muslims? And then I was reminded of this article from Dropside News of a leaked report and a study that was done to test different ways that the Israeli regime could gain support again in the West. And one of their key findings was that as Israel was losing more and more support in Europe and in America, they found in their research that there is a plethora, plenty to go around in the West of anti-Muslim bigotry and Islamophobia. And so they found that it was easier for them to get people to hate Muslims and fear radical Islam and jihadism than it was to get people to support Israel. Israel's best tactic to combat this, according to the study, is to foment fear of radical Islam and jihadism. This is from their own report, you guys. The Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is their Hasbara, their propaganda wing. It's what they refer to often as the eighth front war when they're talking about the media fight. What Netanyahu called the most important part of the war now. They commissioned this poll to perform a sweeping battery of surveys and focus groups coupled with message testing aiming at rehabilitating Israel's image both in the US and Europe. So with all that in mind, let's circle back now to what's her camel toe and ask yourself, what is the purpose of this video? Soon thereafter, in early 2026, Israel approves a $1 billion Hasbara budget to push their narrative across a multitude of platforms, influencers, media outlets, advertising firms, films, etc. And then when you look at that, all of a sudden there is a huge uptick, even more so than usual, because let's keep it real, we're already incredibly Islamophobic and bigoted against Muslims, but it's definitely gone up. And if you're wondering why, this is why. This is also why it's incredibly important for those who actually believe in Palestinian liberation, human rights, to continue to push back against this, because this is what we are up against. The reason why the narrative was able to change is because people kept telling the truth over and over and over again and pushing back against these lies. If people stop talking about it, if people stop pushing back on it, they will win by virtue of just how much output and money they have. So it's incumbent on everybody to continue to speak out against this and to continue to push back on their lies. Free Palestine.
All right. So again, I think Misty sounds like that young lady is basically on board with your theory that there's something rotten in Denmark that they found. And it's the oldest. Look, how do you sell anything? Right? Yeah. Sex. What's the old sex sells? Sex sells. Well, we're selling chewing gum. You put some pretty girls out there and they're chewing gum, and everybody, the guys are like, hey, I think I'll go with double mint. How about you, spearmint? You know, it actually works. Yes. We know that. And in this instance, they put this woman out there. And as you said, if you think about what she's saying, there's no real substance to it. No. That's stuff that people were saying 10, 50. Ilhan Omar is bad. She married a brother. I don't even know how true that is.
It's not true, but also their attacks, again, like what this woman is saying, it's actually so outdated. Like, it's actually so outdated. It literally is just like, we hate wokeness. And that's the other thing that drives me crazy about conservatives. They love to say they're brave when they're not. They love to act like that they're brave when they're not. They'll be like, nobody else is willing to say it, but I'm willing to say it. It's like, bro, most white women are conservative. So, like, the idea that these women will act like they're being brave by being right-wing hacks, it's like, you're not actually being brave. You're just going right into the same mold of most other white women. Like, be serious.
Or not, you know, the claim was that she technically claimed that her brother was married to her so she could get him his papers. Not that she, actually physically married, you know what I mean? But that she either claimed she was married or they did the paper. This was the claim. I don't know if it was true, so that he could get here and get his visa or whatever. That was the claim, that it was an administrative manipulation, right? So they said she married her brother. Whether or not it even happened, I could never for sure figure out. Maybe people have done more work on it than me, but it wasn't something that I was like, that I thought would change the world anyway, because I'm not an Omar fan. And I know a lot of people from her country that aren't either, because she's backstabbed them for U.S. imperialism, like pretty much every other Democrat and Republican. But my point being, the fact that they were just she was using an old worthless talking point in an old worthless story, and then letting it all hang out, shall we say, while she did it. Does seems like this is going to open the door. There are a lot of people that are going to say, oh, where's she? I better go, subscribe to her podcast. I want to see what she's got to say every day, simply because she's attractive and she's doing sleazy things.
Yeah. Well, and also,
which is the point. But again, all of her slop is like the same shit that you see. Like, it's the same shit over and over again. Like, anti-Muslim bigotry, anti-Black bigotry, making fun of Palestinian suffering, making fun of queer people. Like, it's so fucking tired. Come up with something original if you are going to do that. Like, she commented on my video and was like, did I misgender you? Girl, I'm going to need you to do better than that. Thanks for the gold coin. Thank you for the gold coins, Abe.
I might add.
Yeah, whatever. Do whatever. I'm not here to kink shame or whatever.
Exactly. I'm not here to kink shame. I'm not here to slut shame. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. She can be an OnlyFans mom, which she is. No, my problem is what you're doing it for. If you want to be an OnlyFans model who sits in cooter mogs all day, okay, but do it for a cause. Do it for the dolls. Do it for the children. Don't be sitting there cooter mogging for genocide. The fuck is wrong with you?
Exactly.
Go do your thing. As long as you're not impacting my life, I don't care what you're doing. Do not care. But I do think that it is a significant piece of this to remember that Israel is desperately trying to regain the youth, the young people, because that's who they really lost. And I think and I've spoken about this numerous times, but I think that with social media this time, I think that prior to October 7th, Israel had a pretty good lock on the narrative. They controlled Western media. Here come all the people telling me
Exactly. She's right. She's right about that. There has been a particular freak out about the youth, because those are the people that are like, we're so over it. Like, you look at the polls, it's not even close. It's not even close. And so that is what they're freaking out about. And that is the reason why they are using people like this.
I'm anti-Semitic for saying that. It's true. They controlled Western media. All they had to do was tell CNN what to say, tell the New York Times what to print. And that was the only news that the American public was getting about Israel-Palestine was directly from Israel. It was just being force-fed to them. But after October 7th, something very significant happened. And we saw very courageous people on the ground, a lot of really incredibly, just unbelievably brave journalists, Palestinian journalists on the ground who were telling us the stories about what was happening to them. They were reporting on their own genocide live in real time. Yeah. And people, especially younger people, were watching things that Israel couldn't control. And they were seeing things that Israel couldn't control in real time, live, as it was happening. And I think
exactly, because they did end up buying TikTok, but by then it was too late. It was too late.
That as we spoke about earlier in the show, I think that really, just like COVID was a tipping point for a lot of people, I think October 7th was a tipping point for a lot of people, because prior to that, nobody really asked questions about Israel. Nobody really, it was just like, oh yeah, Israel's our ally, whatever. We're not even, like, most people didn't even know what was really happening in Palestine or in Gaza. They didn't really know. And they didn't question it. But I think after October 7th, and with social media being so prevalent, especially with young people, and then being able
Exactly. She's absolutely
able
right.
to, in real time, experience what was happening and see it for themselves and be bombarded with those images every single day, all day. I think that was a dramatic shift. And I think Israel is panicking now, and they know that they've lost significant support. And I think that they're desperate to regain the youth, because that's really the most powerful demographic at this point, as it usually is. I think young people are that's every business is vying for that demographic, the 18 to whatever it is, 24, 29, whatever it is. That's the demographic people are after. And I think Israel is no different. And I think that this is the kind of thing that they're going to resort to, is using these pretty girls where they're going to come out. I mean, it's no different than we saw. They've been the dancing Israeli soldiers, the pretty Israeli soldiers, where they're doing the little TikTok dances and stuff. It's the same thing. It's just a very raunchy version of it.
Yeah, and I think that what you see is it's for
Exactly that. And that was pretty much most of us before October 7th had this kind of default, like, oh, Israel's great, I guess. They're our ally. We're not really paying attention to them. And this is the reason why I said in that video, my own video, I just got, thank you, Ron, for the $5. Thank you, Ron, for the $5 Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you. That is the reason why I said in the video that I just posted about the vaginator, that it's really important that people continue to speak out about what's happening in Gaza, because they are trying to triple down their efforts in order to do propaganda and change the narrative again. And they're doing it now in the ways that they're doing it. And the thing that worries me about it is that, first of all, they killed all the journalists in Gaza. So all the footage that was coming out of Gaza of the Palestinians documenting their own genocide, you'll notice isn't coming out anymore. And that's because they killed all the journalists. No, there's not a ceasefire. They've killed more people since the ceasefire than were killed on October 7th. So if people still don't speak out about it, eventually the Israeli regime, by sheer consistency and money, are going to start winning again. That's why it's really important that people continue to speak out against it. That is why it's so important that people continue to speak out against it and talk about it and share about it, and not let them do that again. Not let them do that again. They are going to try. They are going to try all the different ways, whether that is controlling the social medias, banning people, censoring people, arresting people, paying OnlyFans models to cootermog while talking about Muslims. That is how they're going to try to do it. And we cannot allow them to. We cannot allow them to. Yes, justice. Thank you so much, Comrade Cranky, for the super chat. Justice for all the children, the little children of Gaza. Exactly. And free Palestine, which made me think of what a scum bag Selena Gomez is. For did you guys see the news about how she is, hold on, let me get the link. I want to show you guys the video. Sorry, I know I'm being all over the place. Let me see. Let me see. I think it was on. Thank you so much for the super chat, Christy. I appreciate it. Or not super chat, I'm sorry. It's a jewel. Thank you for the jewels. It's a little heart. It's a finger heart. I'm talking about this. So Selena Gomez is apparently going to start selling her rare beauty products in apartheid Israel. In apartheid Israel. This is after she did the whole, but the children. After the, but the children. So, Rare Beauty is expected to become available in Israel in August through the retailer Bay Farm. Reports indicate that the products will enter the market via a parallel import rather than through an officially announced Rare Beauty launch. Yeah, you know why she's doing that? Because she knows how disgusting it is. I see her little stands trying to defend it and be like, well, actually, it's going to be through a different distributor. She has to okay that. That doesn't make it okay. She has to okay. Her company has to okay that. They're just doing it through a distributor so that she can do it on the DL so that there's no backlash because she pretends to give a shit about human rights. I don't want to hear this asshole talk about some, oh, the children. I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do? I'll try to do it. Like selling my products in an apartheid regime that's actively killing children. Selling my products in an apartheid regime that's actively committing genocide and has killed thousands and thousands and thousands of children. I love Jerry. Like, girl, shut up. Shut the fuck up. It's actually so fucking disgusting, bro. Yeah, certainly not Palestinian children. We know that for sure. We know that for sure. Just like absolutely disgusting. If you're going to be a trash bag, just be a trash bag out and proud. I saw somebody put mention that like the Jenners or Kardashians or whatever sell their nasty shit there, and it's like, well, yeah, but we all know that they're trash. Okay? We all know that they're Zionist trash. They're openly pro-Israeli regime. Like, they don't even try to hide it. Selena Gomez has tried to have it both ways because she wants to look like a good person. She wants to look like she cares about human rights. And so that's why she's trying to do this on the DL. She's trying to have it both ways. So gross. Very gross. Anyway, back to this ding dong. I love that somebody commented CIA points. But like actually shut up. So I wonder if she let's look at to see what she responded. I can't. This will be rough. Oh God, not right now. Okay, hold on. I want to see if anybody commented on it. ContraPoints blocked you. Of course she did. I'm amazed at how much money this woman makes. Oops, I didn't have my screen up. Whoops. I'm amazed at how much money this woman makes considering she doesn't do anything. She comes out with a video like every 9 years. I love how she still got ratioed. I love how she still got ratioed even after she blocked everybody on the left. She's literally blocked like everyone on the left, and she still managed to basically get ratioed. Is it a full ratio? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. It wasn't ratioed. It has 5.5K likes and 539 comments. I thought it was both 5K or 500. But still, the reason why is because she literally blocked everybody. She blocked everyone. Yeah, this was her screed on why, after not talking about the genocide for over a year, she finally put out a statement, and it's all about her. Like, it's so embarrassing. She put out this long, insanely embarrassing thread after not mentioning the genocide for like 2 years, and then when she finally did, it's this shit. It's this shit. Well, the reason why I didn't talk about it was because me, and also trying to downplay it.
It was probably the worst atrocity of the last. Now, just last week, I asked ContraPoints, Natalie, question, are you a liberal Zionist? And then I was blocked. Now, I don't know why I was blocked for this question. Like, how the can you block someone for asking if you're a liberal Zionist? And then a week later, you post, and this is why.
No, this is literally what I mean when I say she'll block you for asking a question. So she's all, when are the so-called leftists going to come and explain to me why I'm a Zionist or why I'm pro-genocide? And she actually doesn't deny being a Zionist. She just says pro-genocide, which is a distinction without a difference. But then, again, blocks everybody. He just asked her if she was a liberal Zionist, and she blocked him for it, for asking a question. That's what she does. So, again, how is somebody on the left supposed to answer your question if you blocked everyone?
The topic we will be covering today is ContraPoints goes mask off as a Zionist. And she is of the Ethan Klein School of Zionism. The Ethan Klein School of Zionism is, you guys didn't even stop us from doing a genocide, and therefore Kamala Harris lost. You guys are so powerless and ineffective. Killing 60,000 people is probably the worst atrocity of the last 2 years, but in the scope of modern history, it's unfortunately far from unique. Now, chat, this is what I knew that ContraPoints is a Zionist. Because when you read this, you're like, first of all, 60,000 people, that's an undercount. Israel doesn't think it's 60,000. Nobody thinks it's 60,000. And then said, is probably the worst atrocity of the last 2 years. So she's implying that there's things that are worse, that are going on right now. So right off the bat, this is an attempt to downplay the Gaza genocide by undercounting the casualties and then implying that there's other things that are worse, right? And then, in case you were not, if you were like, wait, is she doing what I think she's doing? She's helpful in that she clarifies it by saying, but in the scope of modern history. So she's saying not like ancient genocides, not genocides from the Middle Ages, not the Crusades, not the Huns or whatever. She's saying in modern history, right? If you measure it against recent atrocities, it's not that bad. This is, as I said at the time, genocide apologia. Now, when you look at the Israeli genocide, you should ask yourself, what makes this unique? As for an American, what makes the Israeli genocide unique for an American? Well, our government is helping it actively and using our taxpayer dollars to do it and destroying international institutions of human rights and diplomacy and humanitarian assistance. So that, as an American, makes it very unique. I don't want my government to destroy the United Nations. I don't want my government to be attacking the Red Cross.
Which is exactly what is happening. She's so bad faith, bro. She's so bad faith. Yeah, literally, exactly. Thank you. Yes. Mike from PA used to call into Majority Report all the time. Chat hated him. That's funny. Yeah, you know what? I actually forgot to respond to Mike and some other guy because they had commented on my tweets about Shama Sawant and her running against Adam Smith and being like, oh, she doesn't have a right or something like that. Like, I don't remember. Let me see if I can find it because I forgot to comment on it, but I don't agree. Like, they said something to the effect of, no, I can't go through my Twitter timeline. I can't because I just tweet too much. Like, I tweet way too much to be able to go through my own timeline to find shit. Hold on. Let me see if it comes up if I just search her name in my tweets. How annoying. I like briefly saw it, but then I got distracted. So I didn't respond. Which I meant to, but then like I said, I got distracted. It basically was a tweet where I said, like, what is the problem with Shama Sawant winning and interviewing them? Because there was like a debate happening as to whether or not Breaking Point should interview Shama Sawant. And basically, I wanted to read it because I didn't want to misquote them. I don't remember exactly what they said. But I was like, what is the problem with interviewing her when, you know, Adam Smith is a ghoul, and who cares if she's not registered as a Democrat? Who gives a shit? If anything, we should be encouraging other people, if there is no other option, or maybe even if there is another option, if they're better, to run, and we should support them. Why can't we support both? Why does it have to be exclusionary? Like, I don't really understand that. Yeah, I tweet so much. It's like so hard to remember when exactly I tweeted something. Because, bitch, I'm literally always on Twitter. I know, it's sad. It's sad. Some people are always on Threads. But because of that, and because of the fact that I tweet so much, and because of the fact that I'm always on Twitter, I will oftentimes get lost. Like, I'll see something, I won't see something, but then sometimes I will see something and then I go to respond to it and then I'll forget. Maybe I'm not going to be able to find it. I thought I could. That was so funny when David Pakman was talking about reputational concerns, Lamau, as he's like palling around with fucking Destiny. Be serious. That's so annoying that I can't find it. All right, I don't know where it is. I don't remember where it is, but basically it was something to the effect of, no, I was just trying to look for it. Wait. Basically, it was something to the effect of, basically, it was something to the effect of like me saying, like, I don't understand why you're discouraging her from being interviewed. And then Mike from PA and this other guy that I'm forgetting his name, he's like a DSA guy, were like, they don't owe that to her. And I was like, it's not about owing it to her. If you don't want to support her, don't support her. But I don't think it's about owing it to her. I don't think that media companies should gatekeep. You don't have to support her, but I don't see why you wouldn't when you have nothing to lose. Adam Smith is trash. He's like a fucking warmonger's warmonger. Did you guys know that Adam Smith is one of the people that is still in the House from the Iraq War days? Like, he voted for the Iraq War. I thought all them bitches were gone at this point. Nope. Adam Smith is still there. And Sama Shawant is running on everything that the left likes, like, and supports. So even if she's not running within the Democratic Party, who cares? Still support her. Like, I'm going to support people that I agree with, whether they're running in the party or not. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to support somebody because they're running as a Democrat. Well, in the same way, I'm not going to not support somebody in a primary because they're running as a socialist or as an independent or as the Green Party. Why not? Like, what does it hurt to support someone who's infinitely better than Adam Smith in a blue district? I don't understand. I guess what I'm saying is, why can't you do both? Why can't you support DSA members and members in Democratic primaries, as well as support people like Sama Shawant, who is running in a district against Adam Smith, who is garbage, and there is no alternative? Why can't you support a Green Party member in a place like North Carolina with Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Aguilar? There is no alternative. There's no really good DSA person running there either. Also, I think it would be good because people who are in those socialist parties or in the Green Party need to prove that they can win. I think that the DSA has proved that they can win. I support what Sama Shawant is about. So I think that she needs to be given a chance and also prove that somebody running and using her strategy can win. Same thing with the Green Party, running as a senator. And we have two options, two opportunities right now to test that. Two really good people are both running in North Carolina for Senate and for Congress. Anthony Aguilar, and now I'm forgetting the guy's name. It's the veteran they shut the door on. He's running under the Green Party ticket. You need to support those people in the local elections so that you can prove that you can win. Because again, support somebody that is running in a local race like that, or in a congressional race, or in a Senate race. But also they need to prove, meaning the Green Party needs to prove that they can win. It is not enough to just tell people you can't vote for the Democrats. You need to provide an alternative and proof that you can do it. But I don't understand why you can't do both. Why you can't support the Democratic Socialists like Zohran Mamdani while also supporting somebody like Shama Sawant. And I just didn't like that they were like, oh, well, they don't owe her anything. It's like, well, no, they don't owe her anything. But they don't owe her anything, but it's about, they owe their audience it. They owe their audience it. Everybody in their audience should know what their options are. And I don't like that vibe, because talking like that is giving gatekeeping. It's giving media gatekeeping, and I don't like that. But, you know, really good on Crystal Ball and Ryan Graham, because they did interview her. So, and I watched the interview. I thought they gave her a fair interview. Do I agree with Hassan Piker? It depends on what. I agree with a lot of things he says, not everything. I heard him say that John Ossoff was an option for him for president. Be serious. Be serious. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not. In fact, before the live ends, because it's going to be wrapping up soon, let's watch this quick clip of him. Oh, I wanted to watch the Chuck Schumer thing of him getting booed. No, it's okay. It's okay. John Ossoff. So in conclusion about ContraPoints, fuck her. And she is a Zionist. And she doesn't want to be questioned about being a Zionist. That's why she blocks everybody that calls her out on her shit. If she really wants to know why people call her pro-genocide, she should probably stop blocking everyone on the left and maybe fucking ask them and listen. So before we wrap up, I want to watch this John Ossoff thing. So this is something I disagree with on with Hassan on. I don't agree with Hassan that AOC is the best option for 2028. No. Zohran Mamdani would be infinitely better to run in 2028 than AOC. And before anybody come in and go, well, actually, he's not a citizen. Who gives a shit? Oh, no, not the rules. So what? He can challenge it. He should challenge it. It's a stupid fucking rule anyway. When has that ever stopped the Republicans? When has it ever stopped the Republicans? No, it doesn't. That's why, actually, I get more upset the more I think about Zohran saying he can't arrest Netanyahu. Because you don't have the jurisdiction. Oh, right. When does our establishment ever listen? They basically told the ICC to go fuck themselves, which is like, no, bro, he is an international wanted war criminal. He should be arrested. And the way that he literally laughs in our face, like, did you guys see that clip? We're not going to be able to get to it. We're not going to have time today. What time are you wrapping? I wrap up at 2. So basically the way that I stream is I stream every Thursday and Sunday from 2:30 to 4:30. I usually will go over a half an hour to 40 minutes if I meet my super chat goal, but I didn't meet it today, so I'm not going to. So I'll end within the next couple minutes. That's usually like the vibe. But if you want to catch my content, my shorter form content, follow me on all the other platforms, including this one, because I do post shorter form content every day. Yeah, so I'm so tired of the rules only applying to the left, and it actually fucking infuriated me watching Netanyahu rub our faces in it. He went on Fox with Sean Hannity and was like, I'm going to go to New York whether he likes it or not. And it's like, they're literally rubbing our faces in it. I can't handle it. But anyway, before we close, let me get to John Ossoff and why I'm not fucking interested in him running for president. Even the woman interviewing him from Axios, which like Axios is like a hack fucking establishment DC swamp outlet, is like she knows he's full of shit. Maybe unserious. Oh shit, embarrassing. I wasn't even playing it. Whoops. You guys got to tell me. I don't have 2 screens. A lot of streamers have 2 screens. Like they've got their screen and then they've got a monitor so they can see if something isn't playing. I don't. So unless like you guys will tell me in chat, like it's not playing, like I can't see it on a separate screen. All right. So this guy, his answers tell me that he's not even a fucking progressive, let alone somebody who should run for president. Listen to this dog shit.
Do you support the Green New Deal?
No.
Do you support Medicare for all?
No.
Do you support DC statehood?
Yes.
Do you support Puerto Rican statehood?
Yes.
Do you support defunding the police?
No.
Do you support abolishing ICE?
No.
Do you support expanding the Supreme Court?
No.
Do you support ending the filibuster?
Maybe.
Do you support the Green New Deal?
I like her face
Do you
there.
support Medicare?
He knows he's full of shit. Do you support ending the filibuster? And he's like, maybe. And she's like,
for all.
No.
Filibuster.
Maybe.
She's like,
Do you support the Green New
right.
Deal?
First of
No.
all,
Do you support Medicare?
okay. So with that all being said, here's my message. John Ossoff needs to fuck off. Okay? Because how are you even calling yourself a fucking progressive, a Democrat even, when you don't literally support anything? He doesn't support Medicare for all. He doesn't support abolishing ICE. He doesn't support the Green New Deal. He doesn't support, I think I said Medicare for all already. Expanding the Supreme Court. Maybe the filibuster, which means no. Means no. If at this point you're not saying absolutely emphatically yes, then you mean no. We are so way past this argument. So what do you support? Puerto Rican statehood? You don't even know if that's what Puerto Ricans want. Puerto Rican statehood? A lot of Puerto Ricans don't even want statehood. They want independence. Go away. So yeah, when Hassan was like, oh yeah, I would support John Ossoff or whatever, like it wasn't like it was his pick or anything. It was like, I think it was that clip where Mehdi Hassan was asking him like yes or no as options. And he said yes about Ossoff. And I'm like, no, absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely. The guy's literally barely progressive. Not really actually at all. No, I think we need to redefine what progressive means, actually. Like, we need to crack down on what it means. Because I've always been told or always thought ever since he came onto the scene that Maxwell Frost was this, like, lefty progressive. He's not. Like, I only found out just last night that he's a total piece of shit. He doesn't support Palestinian liberation. He hasn't even fucking tweeted about Gaza since 2023. But he codes as really progressive. No, all these people need to fuck off. They need to crack down on the progressive caucus seriously and for real. Always a purity test. We are not talking about purity testing. We're talking about basic policy. If you're not going to agree with any of the policies that Democrats in the voting base agree with, why are you a Democrat then? If you're not going to agree with anything, this isn't about purity testing. If you're not going to agree with anything, why be in the party? I can't. I can't. No, guys, that's why parties have planks. That's why they have, what do you call it? The word is escaping me right now, but it's why they have planks. It's why they have, oh my gosh, what is the word I'm looking for? Party, platforms. Thank you, Beers. Yes, it's why they have platforms. Like, that doesn't mean that you have to agree with every single thing on the platform, but you should agree with the majority. Otherwise, why are you in that party? That can apply to anything, whether you're in a socialist party, a socialist Marxist party, a communist party, whether you're a Republican, a conservative, in the Green Party. Like, you should agree with the majority of it. You don't have to agree with every single one, but it should be the majority. If you disagree with the majority of a party's platform, then why are you in it? It'd be like calling yourself a communist and then saying that you agree with, like, the war in Iran. That kind of defeats the purpose. And yes, there are some that are more important than others. When we're talking about a party platform or things that people agree with, there are things that are more vital and more important than others. Like, to me, the Gaza genocide and support for Palestinian liberation and defunding Israel, that abso-fucking-lutely should be a litmus test. You should not be welcome if you do not take that stance. And that is also because the majority of the party voters already are there. And by the way, actually, since we were talking about the Lake and Riley Act, I think John Ossoff voted for it. I think he did. Did John Ossoff vote for the Lake and Riley Act? Yes. Yes, he did. Fuck him. Like, really. I'm not interested in him having a presidential election or presidential chances. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Be serious. Yeah, like I said, nobody is saying, I don't think that it's purity testing or that you have to agree with every single thing somebody says, right? You don't. There can be disagreement within a party, within a movement. I rejoined DSA. And I personally don't agree with everything in their platform. But I agree with most of it. That's what I'm saying. It should be the majority. I don't agree with everything in DSA's platform. I don't agree in abolishing the police. I don't agree with abolishing prisons. However, I agree with most of what DSA stands for. That is what I'm saying. And there are some things that absolutely should be litmus tests. And Gaza is one of them. That absolutely should be. Abolishing ICE is abolishing the police. No, it's not. People always say that. It's actually not. The police, first of all, are not even actually federal. Police widely vary throughout the country, depending on the state, as far as how they are governed and how they govern. That is not the same thing as ICE, which are a federal Gestapo that didn't even exist 20 years ago. Literally didn't even exist 20 years ago. ICE are simply there to terrorize people. There's no utility for them. There actually is, whether we like the current state of the police right now, there is a utility for the concept of cops. I called the cops on my ex-husband when he was threatening to kill me. Now, did the cops help me when I got a restraining order against my ex-husband? No. But they did come to my apartment when he was threatening my life and they arrested his ass. There is a utility for a cop. Are there endless fucking issues with the way that we do policing in this country? Obviously. In the same way that we do prisons. And the concept of private prisons, which is fucking insane. It shouldn't exist. But there is still a theoretical and actual utility for the concept of a cop. There is no utility and reason for an ICE officer aside from terrorizing people. You could also have solved your own problem. Okay, bro. Yeah, when people say abolish the police, somebody said it is a long-term project. Yes. Yes, but I'm saying that's the difference. I can be open to listening to somebody's arguments about abolishing the police over a long term once a replacement has been created. Not before, once a replacement has been created that has proven effective. We don't need to wait for that or work on that when it comes to ICE. They should be abolished immediately, if not sooner. The whole industry should be thrown out. We had immigration enforcement before them. We can have it after. There is no purpose for them aside from terrorizing immigrants. We have only had ICE since 2003. Yeah, I feel like people get caught. Why am I still streaming? Why am I still? I should have ended it already. It ended it too. Or I've already gone over. Okay. Okay, because I got distracted. And so you guys know how I be. You know how I be. I always get distracted. I don't think I said thank you for the flower, Christy. Thank you for the flower. And thank you so much, Ben, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Blakely's the best. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, I don't actually see the argument or the utility, that much of a utility in arguing about abolishing the police, because to me, it is something that, even if it is something that we would discuss as being reasonable, it should be something that is a long-term plan in the future once certain things and mechanisms can be put in place to replace it. But right now, I just don't really see the utility in it right now, arguing about it. I do see the utility in arguing about abolishing ICE, because they should be abolished and it should happen right now. Like, we should be working on doing that right now. Exactly. Exactly. So that's where I am right now. I'm always willing to have my mind change, but that's where I'm at right now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining my stream. I love you guys. It is abolish ICE over here. It is free Palestine over here. Always and forever. It is pro-queer and protecting the dolls over here. Okay? We're pro-trans in this house. Thank you so much for everybody for joining. Thank you so much, always and forever, to my amazing mod, the OG GOAT mod. That is Boney, old Boney Bird. Everybody say shout out to old Boney Bird. Thank you, Boney, for throwing that up. Reminder to everybody that you can support me by tipping me on Venmo or Cash App, which helps a lot, and or supporting me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, YouTube membership, Twitch subscription are all ways that you can pledge monthly support so that I can continue to make the content that I make. And pro Cuba, absolutely. Free Cuba. Free Cuba. I know. I meant to make another video about Cuba. I feel like I am not talking enough about Cuba. None of us are. And we should be talking about it more, because what we're doing to Cuba is diabolical. Free Cuba. And yes, if you want to follow me on every platform, it is there. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be able to help me out and support my content, but can't do so financially, a great way to do so is just to watch on YouTube the videos that I put out all the way through, because that is really the main thing they count. That is what I've learned from using YouTube specifically over the last while, is that really liking is really important. Subscribing is really important. Commenting on the videos is really important. But the biggest metric that they're using right now is when you post a video, watch time. So watching my videos all the way through and interacting with them when I post them is a great way to help the channel. So anyway, yes, free Cuba, free all oppressed people, free Palestine, abolish ICE. I love all of you. Shout out to old Boney Bird. Shout out to everybody who gave me a super chat during this stream and a jewel. I'm going to look up what jewel is. I promise. All right, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday. Bye, everyone.